mean, the room was full for a subdivision, for something else, and, you know, how embarrassing was it that they couldn't conduct any business?
Right.
And, you know, it's just, it's very poor responsibility on some of those appointees' part to not show up for something that they agreed to. Anyway, just a point to mention.
Thank you. Community Center report, Councilman Shapley?
I found out that the gas line goes down through the north side, I believe the north side of the alley, according to the Terra property behind the community center. Also, we have not heard from the gas company. Our state inspector was there the first time, and he passed everything except our emergency light. Well, I told Mr. Jeff Watson about it. He went down, and the new style have two 18-inch wires that have to go together in order to charge the battery that's in those new lights. Well, he didn't know it. So when he plugged those two in, after he got the instructions out, he said, wait a minute, these got to be plugged together. So he come back, I believe the mayor was the last Friday. I believe it was last Friday. Last Thursday or Friday, I'll put it that way. And he passed our emergency light. He said that he reached up and touched him, and I told him, now that ladder down there I've been on, and I pushed that button and that light comes on. So if you want to go down and push it, that's up to you, but it does work. They also work when we checked them and shut off the electricity again to him, so that he could make sure that didn't change. Also, been growing the subject of the community center, we would like to take bids for the parking lot to be done. The mayor sent us a letter or sent in our packet that they want to move the meetings down to the community center until we get the fund for the elevator. Well, we have to get the sidewalk in first. We have to have a sidewalk where we can take, and people can walk up and get into the building. That's the first thing we do. Okay, that is scheduled for implement on June the 1st. Now, where that is a pending date or whether that's an actual date, I don't know right now. But we would like to put the parking lot out for bids. We do have two contractors here in our county that are interested in doing it. I'm sure that Milestone might be interested in doing it. They will be in town. We would like to get 3 bids for that so that we can get it done and get the people moved in and get our senior citizen house done. The building on the inside, like I say, we got, just like you take that wall right there, we got 2 small sections that are open. They're not insulated or anything. They will be but that's where the gas lines go up and go through the wall. So for the furnaces that are there, we have to leave those open in case of leak. In case we got a leak, we figured it would be right in that area. So once the gas company gets out there, they give us the okay to close it up. That will be closed up, sealed off, and painted. But that's where we're at right now. We also, when we tallied up everything we paid, we come in under budget in the amount of money that we raised. We did come in under budget. We raised approximately $80,000. tentative right now. Leanne gave us the figures Thursday night, last Thursday night. We have roughly $12,000. So, I was talking to Councilman Pearson, Councilman Starrett, and we feel that that money should go towards the concrete work. So, but we've got to get the whole committee together and make sure that, you know, that's the decision we make. But we are right now at a point where we can take and step back. We done what we said we do. We raised all the money to do the completely inside the building. And I think everybody should be commended for that. Our whole area, our whole city should be commended for that. And I'm thankful we have the people that we have here, because we're able to get things done and people step up and do it. The nice part about it, we had two contractors instead of one helping us. And when one wasn't there, the other one wasn't. And we had questions, they were both able to answer. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Any questions for Councilman Shelton?
Well, I just have a comment of, we certainly can't put a parking lot in for $12,000. So, we've got to figure out, certainly some fundraisers can be held even after the building is in use, but, you know, we don't know what an estimate for the parking lot, a realistic estimate is. That's why I think they're looking at getting some quotes, but I'm just throwing it out there. Would it be something that the city could consider doing and then getting paid at least a percentage back or something? Because nothing can be done supposedly kind of with that building until at least it's leveled out, some stone put in, or concrete put in, or blacktop put in, or something to get a parking lot. We have a variance from ABC, or no, it's BZA.
Yeah.
Until the end of the year. But, you know, that will come before we know it, and you know, something needs to move on this. You know, the city did invest $83,000 in the building initially. Wasn't that about it, I think? But there's got to be a way to finish it. I mean, we can't have a building sitting there with that much investment and community support and not have it usable. So, I mean, what are some suggestions from anybody?
I'd just say first thing is go ahead and get some numbers so we have some reasonable idea what we're even talking about. I mean, unlike you, I tried to get mine before the driveway on the roads. Whether if we're talking just concrete or if we're talking asphalt.
An estimate back on both?
We don't know how accurate those are. Do we?
That was the price they gave us based on the square footage and how much they had to excavate and everything else. I think from them, that's their firm estimate. They looked at the plan sets when they were developing those.
And so what are those estimates?
It's been
It seems like
6 or 8 months.
I mean, I was thinking it was like
Seven,
seven
six,
thousand.
seven.
That's what I thought. I mean, that's a whole lot more money than we have money.
For gravel road work, it's got to be a smooth surface because it's out.
Well,
I understand that.
Brian, that's why we wanted to get bids on concrete. Or you have both, you know, to see what it
They'll
will
probably
cost.
both be like, I don't care.
No, they don't.
Although, I mean, when we did alley reconstruction, we had a $6,000 or $7,000 difference in what we reported. So it's something I can look through what I have, try to get the specs together, go through the estimate process, reach out to a few people, put some in paper.
Throw some numbers out there realistic,
Well, the only thing different between asphalt and concrete is asphalt, once every year or once every 2 years, you've got to cover it. You want to think, you've got to seal it again. And we have probably one of the prettiest buildings built, according to the state inspector, that he's seen in a long time. I hate to see somebody walk across an asphalt driveway and it be in summer and that asphalt be on their shoes and walk all through that building with cement, or, you know, cement. Personally.
No, I agree. I think we need to get some estimates to know where we're going with it.
Well, sure.
With 12,000 in there, we've got a good head start, and then we can see where we need to go with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
the sooner
I
the
mean, I
better.
was just throwing that out
The
there.
sooner the better you throw something at us, so we at least
Yeah.
start a conversation with people.
I'll get on that. Any other comments about the community center? Move into new business. The first item of business is proposed ordinance 2018-5, read by title alone. Ordinance creating an elevator maintenance fund. The purpose of this ordinance is to establish this elevator maintenance fund because when Okra is looking at our grant application for the public facilities program, which provides ADA accessibility, having this fund established gets points for the city of Delphi and ranks our application higher. I believe the deadline for that application, the preliminary is May 28th of this year. So if we can get this established, it'll help us out with points. If we don't get the grant and decide not to continue pursuing it, this is something we can take off the books on this ordinance. We're not putting any money into this fund, we're just establishing it. Are there any questions or discussion regarding this proposal?
So how much money does it take to establish?
None. Just having it
Just
on the
having it.
books.
Then I move that we pass on first reading ordinance 2018-5.
Is there a second?
Leanne, hang on, I got a question. Leanne, is this okay with you, and everything's fine on your end? We're setting that up,
New policy, I just write checks.
but it's okay to have that though? Maybe, maybe not. Nothing's gonna hinder you then.
No.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Since we're trying to get this done and applied by May 28th, I would ask if there's a motion to suspend the rules of procedure to pass on the same day's introduction.
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I'll go to the second reading of proposed ordinance 2018-5, read by title alone. An ordinance creating an elevator maintenance fund. Is there a motion to pass this ordinance on second reading?
I move for passage of 2018-5 on second reading.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, and this is the third and final reading of proposed ordinance 2018-5, read by title alone. An ordinance creating an elevator maintenance fund. Is there a motion to pass on third and final reading?
So moved.
Is there a second? All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, thank you very much. Move next to proposed ordinance 2018-6. This was brought up the last meeting to get this drafted. This is an ordinance creating a handicap parking spot on East Main Street. Is there any discussion regarding proposed ordinance 2018-6?
Is this the one in front of the rehab?
Yes, sir.
This is the one over by the alley.
Correct. It's on the east side of the alley,
East side of the alley.
on the north side of the street.
I move for passage of 2018-6 on first reading.
Second.
Motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do we proceed with passage on the same day, or? Okay. All right, we'll move next to proposed resolution 2018-16. There's two versions here, version A and version B. Version A is a resolution approving financing for LED streetlight conversion and installation of 5 new lights. Version B is a resolution expressing intention to allow for additional appropriation for LED streetlight conversion and installation of 5 new lights. The difference in versions is whether we finance this over a 3-year period, or whether we do an additional appropriation at the end of the year with the funds that we have. In the memorandum, should have provided what we had in the general fund at the end of 2017, and I think it was probably around 4.2 million. I don't have it in front of me this time. So I was just hoping to get some discussion on this as to how the council wishes to proceed.
Well, I think we should go with version B. I don't see we should spend $31,000 in interest when we're sitting there with over $4 million.
31. I may have typed that incorrectly. I think our annual payment would be 31,000.
Right, still, why pay interest, I guess is what I'm saying.
I checked with Leanne, and at the end of 2018, we're having, would you like to elaborate on what you relayed to me?
The end of 2018, you have to, all stellar, everything's closed out. Granted, there may be some little funds dribble in now. It'll be 2 to 5 years before we see if there's any larger funds that come back to us. But you have to make all the negative accounts, the accounts that we operated in the negative, has to be made so that they zero out. So you're right at $1 million that you're gonna do an additional appropriation. That includes not only the stellar, but that also is gonna include like your floodgate, which you're looking right at me. Years ago, you're gonna bring it up. So I'll bring it up now. It started out at 200,000 and we ended up at over 400,000. So it's a fact of life, and it's probably one of the best grants that we ever did for the city. But that's included along with the stuff that we did. And you knew from the start there was program management that was involved with Stellar, which ended up costing you now an additional. We've done appropriations on it before, additionals, but you're gonna have another 33,000 in there. But this is gonna include Streetscapes 1 and 2, Gateway 1 and 2, owner occupied 1. We had a negative balance. This is also gonna be the interurban. If we put it in, but we changed it, the Opera House is the only grant we worked on that we came out with absolutely no, well, it was a 10 cents involvement, but 10 cents was what we were off on a $4.5 million project. It cost us nothing to do the Opera House. The Opera House secured funds, and grant funds, but the Opera House cost us nothing. But in the meantime, you have all these other that are part of Stellar. And you've done additionals as we went along, but this will be the last one that you do. And then you have to keep in mind, 2 years, maybe 5 years from now, there may be some NDOT funds come back on this. It's not guaranteed, but there is, HWC told us there is a very strong possibility.
Comes back to us.
Comes back to the city.
So the 4.2 million isn't, I mean, it isn't maybe what we'll have to end this year.
Well,
But, yeah,
okay, but I'm telling you what you're gonna spend out, but you're gonna have tax revenue in May, and you're gonna have it in November too. So, where will you be after this meeting? Probably.
well, I agree with Dick, and I think we should do the additional appropriation to finance the LED. Normally, I don't go for spending money that, except that in this case, we get money back. So it's an investment. Well, a couple of years.
Yeah, I think based on Duke's numbers, there's somewhere around 3.5 years before we saw a return on investment.
I think Dick's got a good point. I think that's a lot of wisdom when you're saving the taxpayers money on interest. That gets us nothing. So I would have to agree with Dick on that.
Well, is there a motion to pass resolution 2018-16 version B?
I'll make a motion to pass resolution 2018-16 version B.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Everybody second.
Everybody second.
All right. As to the passage of resolution 2018-16 version B, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Move next to proposed resolution 2018-17 read by title alone, resolution relocating meetings to the Delphi Community Center. This was something that was,
Do we need to do that one just on one? Oh, that was.
Yeah, that was a resolution.
Sorry.
resolution relocating meetings to the Delphi Community Center. This was brought up since the inside is done. I know the outside's not done, so however the council wants to do it, if you want to hold off until we have a parking lot, or if you want to proceed with moving down there so that we're, I don't know if you're better ADA accessible than you are here, but you're on the first floor.
I think it's too soon. I worry about that parking lot.
Do we have an occupancy?
Yes.
Well, we get a certificate of compliance from the state or from the county. We got everything we need.
County said they granted it.
I just think it's too soon. I would ask to hold off on that because it's, even if you have people parking on the street, they still gotta walk up through that, unsafe or unlevel area. And I just don't think that's where we need to be yet. I would ask to hold off on that.
Other thoughts?
I would actually ask to hold off on it until we get the sidewalk in. Once the sidewalk's in, then you've got something solid to walk. Because all three of the doors are handicap doors. This way, if somebody does want to come in, if they have a wheelchair or something, they can access the building.
You said tentatively.
Yeah,
June
tentatively,
1st is when
yeah.
that's gonna happen.
You know.
So I'll just take a look next month. If the sidewalk's in, I'll bring this back. If it's not, we can wait till July and see where we're at. Unless there's any other thoughts. All right, this was delivered to us, about 4 o'clock today, Leanne? This CF,
Yes.
okay, so what this is, compliance with statement of benefits, real estate improvements, it's form CF1, and it's for Canal Commons, Delphi Preservation Society, Delphi Properties LLC. So what this was through Stellar, anybody that got a tax abatement, deduction, exclusion, one of those three. Our ordinance states that they're supposed to send us this every year, which is compliance with statement of benefits, to show that they have complied. It's required in resolution 2014-2 and 2014-3 that the city council passed on June 2nd and July 7th. Beyond that, 2014. Beyond that, I don't know if we've ever seen one of these before.
I have,
Um,
never came around.
But we have a copy of it now. And it has to be filed with the county auditor before May 15th. I don't even know what we're supposed to approve on this thing.
I have no idea, I glanced at it. I don't understand it, but then
It's pretty much full versions of the same thing. Well, I think,
It's kind of like.
well, if that's the case, then that's for Canal Commons, right?
it's for all four.
All four,
Yeah, so
let's say who for?
Delphi Preservation Society owns where Stonehouse is, but you have Canal Commons. It's everywhere where Canal Commons is, but you have 4 different property owners, or 4 different parcels.
Yes, and that's fine, I'm not disputing that, but there's others besides Canal Commons. What are the properties that are taking advantage of that tax assessment? Are there not other properties that are taking advantage of it?
There's a personal
People
property.
who did Canal Commons, part of Bradford building, DPS owns where
Okay.
Stonehouse is,
Okay,
and it's only that group.
So out of that
It's not
resolution,
everybody else in every individual building, see what I'm saying?
okay.
Because
Because that's.
that's a big corporation, they got tax credits, they got tax credits.
About it.
But then we do have another personal property tax abatement down at, I believe, PNR Grove Valley, which is from about the same year. Look at the resolutions today. I think that's what it said. It's like the 1500 block in North Washington Street. Next day containers.
Oh, next day.
But that may have a different process because it wasn't through the state.
I think they got state tax credits on that, and they didn't count. They got federal and state
Yeah, they
sold
got
them, you know,
federal and
that's what they do. And I think that's what they do. DPS still made for Bradshaw Spinach,
So according to our ordinance, we're supposed to approve these before they're filed with the auditor.
Right, file it.
Yeah. I don't know what we're approving them for, what we're supposed to be looking at. It says that they have a beginning date and a completion date. I apologize.
You
for
have
saying
a signature of an authorized member and it's attested by a designated body, so somebody better figure out something.
Call somebody.
I don't know if we want to do anything with that today or yet.
I think this is a lot like what the county council does with tax payments, and they have to approve them every year. And they either have the entity who's getting the tax payment come before them and explain how they're still compliant, how they're doing what they promised to do to get that tax payment, or they have a letter of compliance from that group. This kind of sounds like the same thing.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like the same thing, but I assume their compliance letter or how they say they're complying is within those documents.
So this comes from Canal Commons,
It did after it got sent to the county.
but they're supplying it, that corporation.
Well, it came from Keller,
Well, Keller Development.
right, who oversees the
That's what I'm
action.
saying, it came from them.
But the council has to vote every year to continue that tax payment.
They do it for, have they done it for this in the past, for the ones in Delphi?
No, because you're never buying it, they do it for Packers, they do it for Andersons. I can't remember what other tax payments are there, I'm not sure there
I
are.
don't know that. They got state and federal tax credits, how they developed it, and sold it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but
different than a tax.
we still, as a governing body, had to approve
Yeah.
We can approve it.
before they,
Because it's tax revenue, people not sure.
or the county, or the libraries.
But it's still,
PNR used to come in every year and
Yes.
ask for one, and they had to ensure that they were going to employ 10 people or something,
yeah.
in order for us to give them that tax payment.
See, it says we gotta file it by May 15th, and then it says here, no later than 45 days after you receive this order, the designated body may determine whether or not the property owner has complied.
So we have to
How do you
maximize.
file it? I think you file it whether you, whatever.
Well, if it's 45 days, maybe they have to file it with us for approval within 45 days. I don't know. That's what happens when stuff rolls in at 4 o'clock on this.
45 days.
Well, I sort of think we need to take care of it if it has to be filed by May 15th.
Yeah, but does it have to be filed by May 15th, and then it's our option whether to approve it or not? That's that, does the filing have anything to do with our approval?
Designated body of the council. And I would assume the officer can sign as the mayor. So why don't I go up to the courthouse and make sure that I think you just sign as a designated officer, you're gonna print in the common council as the designated body and you're gonna, I would.
Do you want me to look at it?
Sure.
See it? Okay.
Do we want to move on to something else while she's looking at it?
It's just like personal property tax,
Yeah.
apartments.
Kenzie, you want to take this back and circle back there?
Yes.
No, that's,
Okay.
all right. We'll move on to miscellaneous business, update on water and sewer project, mostly water at this point. So Superintendent Myers touched on well 7. It's very good news, 1,200 gallons a minute, no sulfides detected. All the other possible contaminants came back within legal limits. So it's very good news, as opposed to well 3, which is high, extremely high in sulfide content. This well didn't have it. They think the report, you got 4 pages, it's 46. The last 42 are more technical documents than the summation that you got. But they suggested that we didn't see sulfides because of the impervious boundary or wall within the limestone. As we talked about at the board meeting, it's possible that if we continue to pump that longer, we could run into more hydrogen sulfide in the future. At this point, we don't know. So that's good news. We also have, we drafted up kind of our list of priorities for water goals and phases. Put the disclaimer at the top because this is subject to change. It depends on consultation with the engineer. But we have it laid out pretty well in that first goal needs to be secured replacement capacity for if and when wells 4 and 5 break suction. When they go dry, we want to have the available capacity at the city of Delphi. Doing well 3 to well 1 helped with that, but well 3 is high in sulfides. It's water that we really don't want to get into the system unless we absolutely have to. So after getting the results back from well 7, which we got back I think noon, 12:30 on Friday, we put that at the top of the list. We could run that over to well 1 control building. Well 1 control building is permitted to chlorinate 1,000 gallons a minute and then run it right into the system from there. So we have that 1,000 gallons a minute available. If we lose 4 and 5, we would have to do more work, I guess, because our firm capacity would still be low at that point, with just it run over to well 1. Second goal, get maintenance done on Hilltop Tank and Deer Creek Tank. If we do maintenance in the next few years, it will reduce more costly maintenance that we would have to do in the future, like what we're going to do at IPC and Armory Road. And then the third goal and the fifth goal is something we have to talk to the engineers about. Right now we have trouble getting water up the South Hill. Prince William Loop Main, I can't remember what that was sized at, 10 or 12 inch. We pretty much, was it 12? And we'd run pretty much from the well field to the Armory Road booster station, help us get water up the South Hill. But we don't know if it's possible that by doing aeration, the ground storage tank, if that would also assist in getting water up the hill. Is it size of the pumps issue, or is it a size of the pipes issue? It could be, and it's probably a little bit of both, but which one of those options would increase our transmission capabilities? Armory Road ground booster, or Armory Road booster station, currently pretty rough shape for a couple different reasons. It makes sense to build a new booster station in the same area so that we can take one offline if the other needs maintenance, and also because